أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله إن صلاتي ونسكي ومحياي ومماتي لله رب العالمين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي إن الأعمال بالنيات وإنما لكل امرئ ما نوى. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, brothers and sisters. We welcome us to day 2 of our daily reminders. We ask Allah to accept it from us as an act of ibadah and accept it from you, our listeners, as an act of ibadah as well. Allahumma ameen. As we preface yesterday to the showing gratitude and reaffirming the importance of gratitude, in fact, we're going to proceed today to the chapter that we have chosen for this year's daily reminder, which is Suratul Duha, Quran chapter 93 of the Holy Quran, Bismillah. And like we said yesterday, we'll try as much as we can to walk us through each of those phases that led to the revelation, and also the importance and the themes, in fact, that we have in this surah, and how we can translate that into our lives, and how we can take the lessons from the life of the Prophet and imbibe that into our daily activities, and know that Allah is always with us within ourselves and all our dealings. I made mention yesterday very poignantly that we cannot understand this surah without navigating the biography or the story of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because he was the one that was the main subject of the matter. It was the one that the surah was directed to, and Allah sent down this surah as a comfort, in fact, for the Prophet Muhammad. This is important for us to know, so that we know the necessity of understanding the seerah of the Prophet while we ponder on the tafsir of this beautiful surah, inshallah. So come along with us. Let us learn together, and we ask Allah to open our hearts and make us among those who will listen to the Quran and act upon it on goodness, bismillah. To begin, brothers and sisters, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as you and I has known, Allah has sent him down, Nuran wa Bashiran. Allah has sent him down to be the one who takes us out of light, out of darkness, into the light of faith, into the light of Islam and the light of Iman. He is the one who pragmatized all the tenets that we need to uphold as Muslims, and is the one who has laid examples, who has gone through various experiences that has become sababun nuzul, the reasons for revelations that we enjoy the Quran today. We do not see him, we only heard his words, but we imbibe him. It is as though we have seen him. It is as though we have seen him. Atta, the prophet, the poet said, you were created as though you have no fault. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was the ones that Allah told us in the Quran that in kuntum tuhibbuna Allah fattabi'uni. Allah told him to tell us that if truly you have loved him, follow him. If you follow the Prophet, then Allah said He's going to forgive you. If you love Allah, you follow the Prophet, and then Allah would forgive all your sins. Allah told us in the Quran, Man ata'a Rasul faqad ata'a Allah. In Suratul, these are the honors that Allah gives to him, so much so that Allah told us in Suratul Ali Imran that man yutain Rasul faqad ata'a Allah. The one who has followed the Prophet has followed Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And also we know in Surah Tawbah, Allah reminded us that laqad ja'akum rasulun min anfusikum. And we're going to get to the point, so much so the tribe to which the Prophet was selected from, the tribe of Quraysh. What is the role that they play in the life of the Prophet, and how has a contribution to Surah Duha, in fact, bismillah. Also, among the honor that Allah gives to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah told us in the Quran that he and his angels continuously send salutation to him. Brothers and sisters, let us put it in imagination. If Allah himself is telling us that he sends salutation to someone and the angels enjoys him, this is the only act that Allah is calling the mu'min to join him in doing. Allahu Akbar. Allah does not pray with us. He doesn't fast with us. But Allah said, I send salutations. This is mighty in the sight of Allah. Allah valued the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam so much so He doesn't call him by his first name. He doesn't call him Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah told us that Him and His angels send salutations to Him, and He encourages us to do the same. The scholars told us actually, in fact, that this is fi'lul amr. This is a commandment of action. That ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi. Just like He told us that we should pray, He also said sallu alayhi, send salutations to Him. These are few among the pointers in the Quran that Allah used to honor His Prophet, so much so that Allah told us that وَمَا كَانَ اللَّهُ يُعَذِّبَهُمْ وَأَنْتَ فِيهِمْ. Allah told the Prophet Muhammad to calm him down, that as long as you are among your people, we will not punish your people, and we will even forgive them as long as they seek forgiveness. Allah also told him again, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that asbukallahu wa man ittaba'aka minal mu'minin, that ya ayyuhan nabi, O prophet, you we have chosen, Allah is enough for you and those who follow you. Brothers and sisters, Allah has chosen the mu'min. Allah has chosen us to be among those who will be the follower of the one who has been truly chosen. And Allah is giving us that tranquility and promise that He is going to be enough for us as long as Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is our messenger. All of these are very interesting to know, brothers and sisters. But as much as Allah proclaimed this love and sweetness of love, in fact, to the one whom He has chosen, and told us that He has sent Him rahmatan lil alameen, to be a messenger to mankind, not just you and I as Muslims, but even the disbelievers. All of this also provoke the trials, the torments, the challenges and obstacles that he has to go through, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah tried him as much as it was debated that no one has been tested as Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has been tested in his lifetime. Allah told us in the Quran that am hasibutum an tadkhulul jannah walamma yahlamillahu. Do you think you would be of those who would attain paradise and Allah wouldn't test you, or you wouldn't go through what those that have come before you has gone through? Allah tested him so much so that the human trait of sallallahu alaihi wasallam came out. And Allah said in the same verse in Suratul Baqarah, atta yaqula rasul wallazina amanu ma'hu sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah said we tested him, wazulzilu, Allahu Akbar. Allah said we shake them, we shake his faith, Allahu Akbar. So much so that the Prophet altered the word. He said it. Allah is the one who is very clear. He doesn't hide anything for us. That is why the Quran is so beautiful. Allah does not hide the fact that the Prophet uttered this word. Those who believe. That means even as believers, when you are going through challenges, it is okay to lament, but you want to bury everything under the testament of faith. Allah said, when is the help of Allah going to come? Because the trials were so much. They were being pushed to the wall by the people of Quraysh, and even those that were sending them out on various migrations from the land to which he was born. He was sent out of his own fatherland. Another challenge is that sallallahu alaihi wasallam, after we have navigated all of these traits, we know that he was born, his father died before. He didn't even grow up to see his father. His mother died when he was 6. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And even we know that the uncle who took care of him, that was so dear to him, Abu Talib, Abu Talib was the one to reach the Quraysh. They know that the lineage of the Arab, it is the culture that if you have someone who is of strong authority in your lineage, you wouldn't be in much trouble. Abu Talib also passed away the same year that Khadija, his beloved wife, died, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that was called Amul Usul. This was the year of distress. His mother died when he was 9, when he was 6, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Abu Talib, the grandfather who took care of him after his mother died, he also passed away at the age of 8. And we know that the uncle took care of him afterward, Abu Talib radiallahu anhu. Abu Talib took care of him. We as Muslim, because he wasn't a Muslim, maybe we shouldn't utter the word radiallahu anhu. Walakin, he took care of him so much so that the Prophet cared so much about him that when he passed away, he was in so much distress, and his beloved wife Khadija radiallahu anha and sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us that, you know, 4 women are dear to you. You know, Isa, Maryam, the wife of Jesus, Khadija, the wife of Pharaoh, and Fatima bin Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Also, this led to the migration. We're going to talk deeply into those sects of migration. We're trying to walk our pace very slowly so we don't rush into it. There were migration to Taif. There was the migration that actually prefaced before that time to Abyssinia. And there is a beautiful story during the migration of Abyssinia. In fact, we're going to try to get to that bismillah. And also we know before the last migration to Medina. We're going to try to stop here today because of time, inshallah. We're going to continue on this surah before we dive fully into the tafsir of Suratul Duha. Bismillah, we ask Allah to continue to open our hearts and let His word sit in it so we can understand it so much. We beseech us to take calm as we navigate this story, because the surah, if we rush into it because of time, we wouldn't enjoy the sweetness of all of these stories and the lessons therein. We were hoping that this video wouldn't be long, but it's already making up to 12 minutes. Inshallah, we'll try subsequently to keep it shorter and make sure that we summarize in a few places. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.